Welcome to the Trading Sliders Podcast. Here we go, episode number 34 of the Trading Sliders Podcast. How's everybody doing out there? I am Bobby Puckett. Here with me in studio again this week is Kurt the Flash Bennett. What's going on, Flash?
Oh, nothing. Just been out celebrating my granddaughter's birthday today.
Yep, busy day.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. So
yeah, first and foremost, before we get started, to the people that's affected by the tornadoes, and the storms, especially in southeast Kentucky, thoughts and prayers are with you because that was a massive strike. And then up in central Indiana, Bloomington and Columbus. So everybody in our listening area, so to speak, thoughts and prayers are with you if you're dealing with that.
One of our guys we had on here had a rough time up there. Went right past his house.
Yeah, I seen where they went, and he went and actually helped the city clean some roads. Groomer.
Give a shout out to him for helping out. I mean, he took off racing to go help his community out.
So, first and foremost, if you're affected or if you know anybody that's affected by it, thoughts and prayers are with you. This week's show is being brought to you by Diesel Boys LLC. Brandon and Hooker and the boys over at Diesel Boys, they specialize in all types of automotive repair, especially diesel trucks, deletes, all types of diesel work. So reach out to Brandon Hooker and Diesel Boys LLC if you need any of that done. Our Deep Dives is sponsored by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Been a continuous sponsor since day one. If you need anything clutch related, automotive, farm, mechanical, anything but lawnmowers. They don't do lawnmowers there.
Yeah.
But anything else, reach out to Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Slider of the Week being brought to you each and every week by Walt at Speed Decals. If you need any type of vinyl work done, reach out to Walt at Speed Decals. He's been a continuous sponsor. Actually, he was our first sponsor from absolutely day one.
Yeah, exactly.
Kentucky Clutch actually came on the second week. So, but thanks, Walt, for being a continuous sponsor each and every week. And this week's Crash of the Week, and I tell David, I think he got the best sponsor because,
I think so.
well, at least the most exciting.
Yeah.
But Crash of the Week brought to you by D.O. Handyman and Remodeling. If you need anything handyman work around the house, decks, windows, vinyl siding, anything done, on that nature, reach out to David at D.O. Handyman Remodeling, 812-989-5002.
Yeah.
So that's our sponsors that help us get up and down the road each and every week, and we say this every week. I know the guys that listen every week, you may get tired of hearing it, but without these guys, we can't do this. So please give them a consideration. Please take care of the people that take care of us. So on to this week. News. Flash. We're going to feel good about this one. What a week for the old guys in the dirt late model world.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of us old cats, celebrated wins, so we're going to get into that. One thing I want to discuss with you, track surfaces, track prep, stuff that everybody always bitches about.
Right.
We're going to talk about that a little bit because we could go a couple different ways on this, but I think I've got a take on it that some people aren't going to agree with. But if you think about it, I think it's a legitimate point.
Yeah.
And another thing we're going to talk about too, because there's been we had late model Illinois Speed Week last week, and then we had Flow Night, and then High Limit raced all week. World of Outlaw Sprint Car races all week. Is there too much racing? I'm going to go ahead and squash that. No.
Yeah,
No.
Definitely not.
But is drivers dominating the sport bad for the sport? So we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
But before we get started on anything, T-Mac got a win at Raceway 7.
Yeah.
Which I couldn't see it. I mean, it was on Dirt Vision, but the dust was so bad. I'm not joking. I didn't know if he actually won or not because you could not see the cars on the front stretch. But with that being said, hat shake to T-Mac for getting the win at Raceway 7 because it was on the 1-year anniversary of the day that his dad passed away.
Yeah.
So that was
that's pretty cool. He got the win then anyway.
Yeah, he got the win, and T-Mac had a really rough. Damn, the cat's loud today.
Yeah.
T-Mac's had a really, really rough year. Left a great situation and went to help the Rocket House car. And some people say it was a mutual agreement, but I know you don't leave a really good situation and then mutually agree to just have no ride.
Yeah.
So that's I don't know how mutual it was.
No, I think
it was more kind of like I
think it was agreed to be said it was mutual.
Yeah, the only mutual agreement was we're going to put this as a mutual agreement.
Yeah.
But I'm glad T-Mac got to win. It was that
was a no burning bridges thing's what that was.
Yeah, I think that's what I think. He said, man, you've always ran Rocket. You were a Rocket guy, so I don't know if he was compensated. I don't know what the deal was, but I know it was supposed to be like a Rocket House Car 2.0.
Yeah.
And T-Mac was like, screw this, we're getting a Longhorn. So I don't know if a bridge was burned or not, because Boom Briggs and Rocket has always been close.
Yeah.
So, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But
there's probably a lot of stuff that goes on we don't know about in the politics side of it.
Yeah, I would say T-Mac was probably like, yeah, we're going to be good. And he was like, hey, screw him.
Yeah.
I done did this. No, I'm not doing it. But I don't know. But Jimmy Owens got 2 wins this week.
That's pretty cool.
So the O Show is back on top.
Yeah.
I think with Jimmy Owens going off of a national tour.
Yeah.
Because right when they went to Florida this year, Owens was gaining steam. Then he tore up his Frankenstein car.
Yeah.
But I seen this week Kevin Rumley was helping Owens at the racetrack.
Yeah.
And if Kevin Rumley goes to the racetrack with you, you're going to be pretty good.
And we talk about the national touring series and then the regional series. The regional series, there's no slouch in them. No, not anymore. I mean, used to there was, you still got 15 cars a night that could win.
Well, I think with Owens scaling back and not traveling the country, because Jimmy Owens has always kind of done it his way. He never really had a crew chief. It was always kind of him.
Right.
And I think going to the tracks in his region where he's comfortable and he's got a book built, it's starting to pan out.
He knows what the track does during the night. And
he's not in Fargo, North Dakota, scratching his head because he's wore out, because he drove the hauler all the way there.
Exactly.
And Adam Ogle's not calling him and say, hey, I need a front clip put back on my car. So, I mean, he's got a lot going on. He's got a lot on his plate. But Jimmy Owens and Dale McDowell took the Hunt the Front wins this weekend.
Yeah.
And it was good to see. Dale McDowell hasn't really. He's always been competitive over the last few years, but it was really good seeing Jimmy Owens get some wins. So, one more for the old guys.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna have to see that.
Yeah, it was good. So about the track surface, Flash. There's people on here bitching, not on here on our show, but they bitch to me about track services.
Yeah.
The racetrack don't know what they're doing. They need to do this better. The racetrack's really good in the heat races and sucks in the feature.
Yeah.
Or it's so nasty earlier, but it's good in the feature. Guys, it's not an exact science, but I'm just gonna put this out there. If the track is really good in the heat race, it's gonna be terrible for the feature.
Right.
It's just the way it is. If it's really wet and slimy and muddy in the heat, it's probably going to be pretty good for the feature.
Yeah.
These race cars, and this is where I'm going with this. The race cars have so much traction. So much for the only thing that doesn't have traction right now is non-wing sprint cars.
Yeah.
Wing sprint cars, downforce traction. Dirt modifies, they got more traction than Latemodles had 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And their frame's bottoming out. So it's digging holes in the racetrack.
Right.
Latemodles are down on the right front, bottoming out. Guess what? More traction than they've ever had.
And they've done moved cross members up, 6 inches.
Now the oil pan's bottoming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the oil pan's what's hitting the ground now.
Right.
So, eventually the motor's going to be sticking out.
Yeah.
Like, the guy's going to have to look
it already is. They got 8-inch things in front of the breather. Yeah. So,
but, guys, the racetrack, the promoters and the track prep guys, they are doing the exact same thing they've done for years. Yeah. You can only put about 80,000 gallons of water on it.
Yeah.
You can only run in so much, and hopefully it don't rip up.
Yeah.
But if the cars are bottoming out and the track's hooked up, the cars are so hooked up now, the racetracks, they're not going to be smooth and slick and here's a news flash: the way the cars are hooked up, smooth and slick kind of sucks now.
Yeah.
In the early 90s, smooth and slick was good.
Yeah.
Because you could throw massive sliders, but...
If I want smooth and slick, I'll go to an asphalt track, and that's not happening.
Yeah.
I'll go fishing first.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like Lawrenceburg last night, we're going to talk about it here in a few minutes. There was a couple of crashes, but it's not the racetrack's fault that the right front digs in.
No.
Raise your damn car up.
Yeah.
If you don't want it to bottom out. I mean,
that's what we've always said.
I mean, just raise the car up. Guys, if there's holes in the racetrack, there's usually passing.
Yeah.
And when you go to a race, you know what you want to see? Passing.
Yeah. Me and my buddy Billy, though, that's what me and him talk a lot, too, just talk about the racing in general, how it's going. And that's what we talk about. These guys go and they talk about the racetrack. Every one of them shocks has things on it. You just spin them and raise the car up. It's not like it's that hard to do.
But, hold on. I don't want to cut you off. We're 10 minutes in. Guess what we forgot to do?
Say who was going to be on the show. And he won this week.
Yeah. So, this week's guest, because I'm 10 minutes in, and guess what I forgot to do again?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Why did you remind me then if you know?
I didn't think about it till same time you did.
Well, okay. I'm just this week's guest, the Lizard Pimp, charging Charlie Mefford. We caught up with Charlie a few weeks ago, and here we are again. As we say, as soon as we think we know what we're doing, we don't know what we're doing again. So, but Pit Lizard Pimp Charlie Mefford is this week's guest. And now that we're 10 minutes in and already discussing subjects, so that I kind of forget shit sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And this funny thing is, it's like people's like, why don't you jot it down? I got 2 papers here with notes wrote down.
Yeah.
And Charlie Mefford is at the top of both of them.
We get carried away sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we get stuff we want to talk about, and that's what we talk about. So, back onto that. So, another news thing we're going to talk about real quick. Flash, is drivers dominating a sport good or bad for the sport, do you think?
I think it's good in the sense it makes everybody else step their game up.
Okay.
That's what I think. I mean, just as far as me being in the game, like I had guys that beat me every week, and it just made me want to work harder every single week to try to beat them.
Well, and here's the reason why I ask this, because I see people get online and they bitch about, well, I don't want to go because so-and-so wins every week. Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to win. Bobby Pierce is going to win. David Gravel's going to win. Guys, it's been like this forever.
Yeah, they're not going to win forever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a new guy come up every single time. It happens.
I mean,
all the time.
we just talked about Jimmy Owens.
Yeah.
10 years ago, Jimmy Owens won everything.
Yeah.
Everything there was to
Everything
win.
he started, he won.
Yeah. But it's good for the sport. If you look back and think, we got to debate Bloomquist or Moyer.
Yeah.
Well, you know why? That's because they won for 25 years apiece.
Right.
So it's pretty simple. Hey, it's either Bloomquist or Moyer. Well, now in 20 years, if it's going the rate that it's going to be, is it Bobby Pierce or is it RTJ?
Yeah. I mean, you can look into this a lot further too. It's like I was reading an article earlier just talking about, RTJ was with Anthony Burroughs, and then it was all Anthony Burroughs is why he was so fast. Yeah. Well, RTJ goes off on his own. He's pretty much his own crew chief, calls all the shots, and he's just as fast as he was. So, and then some of the other people are fast with Anthony Burroughs. It's there's a lot more you can look into than just one guy dominating the thing. I mean.
Well, and here's another thing. Like even in the sprint car world, so for years Brad Sweet dominated everything. Yeah. Absolutely dominated everything. Well, David Gravel was catching him. Now Gravel's winning everything on the World of Outlaw Series.
Yeah.
And first thing they're saying is, well, it's because Brad Sweet's not there. Well, guess what? They still race against each other at the Kings Royal, the Knoxville Nationals.
Right.
I mean, they still run together. But, guys, if you think one driver winning all the races is a terrible thing, especially as competitive as stuff is today.
Yeah.
They talked about this last night on the Lucas Oil show at Eagle Raceway, which is on my bucket list.
Yeah, we need to go.
Yeah, on my bucket list. Last night they started 305 sprint cars 3 wide.
3 wide.
Yeah, it was badass.
That was pretty cool. Yeah. And they didn't wreck on the first lap.
No,
that was awesome.
They didn't wreck till 5 to go.
Yeah.
And then they had a nasty one.
And then and then the one guy he kind of got a bad deal on that too.
Yeah. But they said this on there, and James Essex says this, and I was thinking, he's right. He said. He's not going to say it the same way I'm saying it, but he essentially said it. He said, everybody's got good shit.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. There's not one of them cars that pull in that racetrack at a Lucas Oil show has junk stuff. Not one of them.
Yeah, so, as he said, everybody's got good shit.
Yeah.
And that's true. So, I'm cool with the way things going in dirt racing world right now. Yeah. My only issue is I kind of wish that we would do something maybe body wise on the late model dirt modified side.
Yeah.
To when your nose shouldn't be so important. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, especially on the bigger tracks. I mean, little tracks it don't really matter as much anymore right now, but on the big tracks it's a big deal.
Well,
when a guy runs in there behind somebody and he's getting a run on him, but he gets in the air and pushes all the way up the racetrack, that's not fun to watch.
But I did say this a few weeks ago when I was talking to another buddy of ours, Richie, and we were talking about dirt late model racing. If the if the tires aren't so good and the shocks aren't so hooked up, maybe the bad air will help the racing.
Right. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? If everybody's sliding, so I don't really know. I don't know if it's the. I'm always saying let's do something about the bodies, but then again I'm thinking the bodies may not be the problem.
Yeah, the bodies is the cheap part.
Actually.
The expensive part's the shocks and the tires.
So I don't know. That's just a few things I want to talk about before we get into race results.
RTJ was just bragging on his new right rear shock setup last night. He said it'll probably be out soon, but that's just going to cost another $4,000 or $5,000 for one shock probably.
Well, here's the thing about RTJ, and we're going to get into that when we start talking about results here.
Yeah.
But if the racetrack's got a cushion,
and
you can run balls to the wall, right now he is the best. I always thought Bobby Pierce was the best at running the hardest.
Yeah.
I think Bobby Pierce is a lot better than RTJ in the slick and the slower stuff.
Right.
When it comes time to just go balls to the wall, RTJ is the best at going balls to the wall. That's a lot of that's training too.
Yeah. I mean, like Eagle Raceway last night, the last 5 laps of that race, he was 2 seconds ahead and he was still scraping the wall.
Yeah.
I mean,
he just
didn't have to be, but he was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think
those cars. A lot of people don't realize those cars. I mean, I've only drove my crate car, so I can't tell you about a supercar with 900 horsepower. But the harder you drive it, the easier it is to drive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you try to drive it slow, they don't work that way.
Well, he was like driving a Cadillac then.
Yeah.
Because he was driving his shit hard.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into this week's race results. Started Monday, went basically all week. I didn't have any race results from Friday. Quite frankly, because power went out when the storms come through.
Yeah.
And Flash, when the power goes out here, the power actually comes back on pretty quick. But you know what does not come back on?
What's that?
The internet.
Oh yeah.
And there's no antennas around here. There's no cable boxes.
Yeah.
It's all streaming in this house. So it was needless to say, I did not have nothing to watch.
Right.
And it was raining a little bit.
Yeah.
So I could watch on my phone, but guess what? My phone doesn't work. Right here in the house without Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
So I had to walk outside. So that's how my Friday evening went. But
mine. I went and picked my mom up and brought her to the house because she doesn't really care much for storms. So we hung out over there. We played music all night actually till the storm blew through, and I took her back home. But she didn't have no electric. I told her she could stay at my house, but she said no. I've lived here 57 years. I know my way around.
Yeah. So she said it's late enough. I'm going to bed anyway.
She wanted to stay home. So.
So this week's race results start off Monday. High limit sprint cars. This right here is going to be the slider of the week. Brought to you by Walt at Speed Decals. It really wasn't a slide job. It was stand on the gas and rip the top job.
Yeah.
But Rico Abreu took the win over Justin Peck and Brad Sweet. There was 33 cars. Excellent sprint car aiming.
Yeah.
For people that said that the race wasn't that good, just the finish was good, there was guys that started 12th and 15th and ran in the top 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So there was guys moving all around.
Yeah. The race was so good up front for most of the time, though. They stayed on the front, so you didn't really get to see none of that.
Yeah.
That's the thing about. I mean, streaming's great, but if you're not there, you don't see everything.
Yeah, that's
that's why I try to tell people why we go to the racetrack all the time, because you don't see everything when you're not there.
Well, it's like this week coming up. I mean, USAC's going to be on TV on Thursday night, but. No, I'm going to the racetrack.
Yeah.
I mean, if I missed something at the racetrack, hopefully Flo caught it and I can catch it when I get home. But
right.
That's the plan. But hats off to Rico Abreu, took the win over Justin Peck and Brad Sweet. And man, I felt bad for Justin Peck.
Oh, I did too. Yeah.
I could just tell in his face.
Yeah.
Because he's wanting to get well, I don't know. Here we go.
It's always bad when you win. Lose 20 feet from the line.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what somebody said. He led every lap but the last one. I'm like, no, he led every lap but the last 10 feet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he led 39 and 15 sixteenths of a lap.
Yeah, exactly.
But overall, good race.
Yeah.
Tuesday night, you had and that was me this time. Didn't turn the phone off. Tuesday night, you had Flo at Marshalltown, Iowa. One of the best racetracks in the country. 32 Super Latemodles. But I'm not even going to talk about Super Latemodles right now. They had a loaded field of IMCA stock cars and modified.
Yeah.
Absolutely stocked, loaded field. For people here in the Midwest that don't know who was in the IMCA modified feature the other night, if you're not, I don't know how to say it, politically correct, but if you're not up to date with the guys out there,
that way.
There was a loaded field of IMCA mods. But In the late model feature, Hudson O'Neal took the win over Brandon Overton and Bobby Pierce. And this right here was probably the race of the week.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Bobby Pierce was leading, and Overton hit him with the slider, and then Pierce went back with a slider. Then Overton hit him with a door job.
Yeah.
Didn't quite clear him. Kind of ran into him just a little bit. And good thing about Overton was he owned up to it afterwards.
Yeah.
But while all that happened, O'Neal just huggy pulled around the bottom.
Yep.
While they were running over each other, took the lead. And Hudson O'Neal in Marshalltown, Iowa just kind of works.
Yeah.
3 for 3 there.
Yeah, he's pretty good there.
And I don't know why, because that's not an Indiana-style racetrack.
That's a...
Well, I say that. It's almost got a little bit of Vernon to it.
Yeah.
It does, but he didn't race at Vernon a whole lot.
Not much,
I mean, if it was Don O'Neal, I could say, well, I can understand that. But, but overall, tremendous late model race. And Dustin Jarrett, he might as well leave Ohio and move to Iowa.
Yeah.
I mean, he absolutely, he stayed out there and caught another race Wednesday night on the way to Eagle.
Yeah.
But super late model race. Hudson O'Neal got to win. This is a guy you like here, Flash, in the stock car race. Jammin' Jimmy Gustin.
Oh, yeah.
Took the stock car win. It was good to see Jimmy Gustin because he struggled a little bit.
He's had it rough this year.
Yeah, he struggled a little bit.
Yeah. Just like going back to what we was talking about. Jimmy Gustin used to win everything.
Yeah,
if he was at the racetrack, he was winning.
Yeah, he was winning.
He ran 3 divisions, won all 3 of them.
Yeah, he's had a rough year.
It goes in cycles.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the modified, there was 32 mods on hand. I mean, Zach Vanderbeek was there. Dakota Sproul, I can't never say his name. Dakota Sproul was his name. The kid from Arizona. Tom Berry Jr. was there.
Yeah.
Kelly Shriverock was. I mean, loaded modified field, and Trip Gaylord surprised them all. Just absolutely obliterated the cushion. Trip Gaylord was like, "Hey, I'm gonna show you guys how to run this cushion."
Yeah.
But the modified feature was good. So, hats off to Marshalltown, Iowa, for producing as Marshalltown, Iowa always does.
Yeah, every time.
It always produces.
Yep.
It never not produces. And so now we're moving on to Wednesday night. Wednesday night, we had the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars at, I'm going to screw this up, Oshwegan?
Oshwegan, yeah.
Oshwegan, okay.
Yeah.
Badass racetrack.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a super slick track, but it's cool.
Yeah, but the cool thing about Oshwegan is a lot of people, I probably should have told people about this like earlier in the year, but they put their races live on YouTube every Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
It's free for people in the United States.
Yeah.
They got a streaming service in Canada, but if you got a United States server, which we all do, but the Oshwegan, they run 360 sprint cars, modified street stocks, and Hornets every week live. I watch them. That's usually like a Wednesday or Thursday night. I try to catch the Oshwegan the week before, but yeah, Oshwegan Speedway, and the sprint car feature Wednesday night was just absolutely great.
Yeah.
David Gravel took the win over Sheldon. Here we go. Chase is gonna bust my balls. Hodenschild.
Yeah.
But hey, Chase, hold on a second. I know you give me shit for saying Hodenshield, but Johnny Gibson said Hodenshield on the damn broadcast this week. So you take it up with him, all right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Hod, okay? He ran second. And not only did he run second, he blew a motor in qualifying, and they got the motor changed in like 17 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Made it out for the heat race, so that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
And Dirt Vision did a pretty cool coverage of showing the whole motor change, and seeing our buddy Clinton Bowles over there helping out.
Yeah.
I think Clinton Bowles just like working on shit.
Yeah.
He's just one of those dudes. If shit needs to be worked on, he's gonna work on it.
He's gonna help him do it.
But great race. David Gravel over Shelvin Hodenschild and Carson Macedo. Macedo started, I think, 9th or 10th.
Yeah.
And ran 3rd.
Which surprised me because the way the track was, I didn't think he would run as good as he did. And he actually, for it to be a little slicker than what he's known for.
Yeah. He's not really he's not really a slick track expert by any means.
He's getting better though.
No. But I mean, huge car count. 39 410 wing sprint cars in Canada, because they don't run 410s up there. They run 360s.
Yep.
And I don't know how many of them were actually 360s because they get a bunch of 360s every week.
Right.
And they knew it was going to be slick, but it wasn't like anybody was totally off the pace.
Right.
So big car count. And then Thursday,
one thing about that though, did you see who won the late model race that night?
Who won the late model race?
I can't think of his name, but it's the guy that owns the racetrack.
Oh yeah.
His first feature he's won in like 10 years.
Yeah, that's
pretty cool.
Yeah. So Thursday, $20,000 to win, and David Gravel doubled down.
Yeah.
Gravel took the win over Connor Morrell and Dylan Westbrook, but Connor Morrell led 24 of the 35 laps and was pretty much setting sail and got screwed up in lap traffic.
Yeah.
And when traffic happened, David Gravel was like, "Thank you.
Yep.
I'll take this. I'm good. Let's do this thing."
Yeah.
So it was a really good race.
That sprint car racing, man, people that don't watch it much, they don't realize those guys can be a straightaway ahead, and in like one lap, the second place guy can be back on them. I mean, it's just, it's crazy with sprint cars. A lot of people say, the races are too fast or they go too fast or something. But man, if you pay attention, it's just crazy.
Well, the best thing, this is where sprint car racing gets a good and a bad rap.
Yeah.
The best thing about it is there's so much action.
Yeah.
You could look anywhere and see something.
Right.
And the negative is people say, well, there wasn't a whole lot of passing. Well, you was watching the one. There's so much action.
Yeah.
You're watching one and you're missing the rest.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago at Kokomo for the USAC race, when Kyle Cummins got the lead.
Yeah.
It was over.
Yeah.
But second on back wasn't. But if you were just watching Kyle Cummins, you think, well, this kind of sucks because he's just run away.
Yeah.
But second through 10th, it was like these people. It's like somebody talked bad about somebody's mama.
Yeah.
It was they were going at it.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what you consider a good race.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kenny Wallace said this one time, and I kind of like his line. He said, "You got to de-bullshit it."
Yeah.
Just because somebody kicked somebody's ass in that race, it doesn't mean it was a bad race.
Right. Yeah.
The race behind him was okay, but he just kicked their ass.
Yeah.
So he used that. You use that a lot when Kyle Larson races.
Yeah.
But it was overall a good race. But Thursday, it was one of those doubleheader nights. You had multiple things going on.
Yeah.
Because Lucas Oil was at Eagle Raceway in Lincoln, Nebraska, for the first of 3 nights of the, what do they call it, the dirt heist.
Yeah, something like that. Dirt. Something heist.
Yeah, they're stealing something.
Yeah.
Had a what's that damn thing? A safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, dirt. I don't know what the hell they call it. I gotta do a better job writing that shit down.
Yeah.
Some kind of. It paid $50,000 to win on Saturday and 10-50. So it paid damn good.
Yeah.
And the best thing about this weekend, we got to see some modified aces, step up and run some late models.
Yeah.
Tanya's gonna hate when I say this because she hates his nickname, but Dylan Thornton ran. He ran good. Yeah, damn near got him one. Ran really good. And
Jesse Salvings.
Yeah, Salvings won, and Jordan Grabowski was in a late model. It's Friday, not so much. He tore it all to hell.
Yeah.
And I think he's behind the 8 ball all weekend, but it was cool seeing Grabo get in a super late model.
Yeah.
RTJ took the win over Davenport and Kyle Bronson. Kyle Bronson started 12th and ran 3rd.
Yeah.
And Kyle Bronson, man,
some reason out that way he runs good all the time. Like when it was at I-80, he always ran good over there.
What did you hear what he said in his interview after his heat race? He goes, I'm glad to see the racetrack with some damn moisture in it. Yeah. So I don't think Kyle Bronson likes running. Well,
no. He grew up at.
Yeah, he grew up at East Bay, so he probably does like a little moisture.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's all. It sure is glad to see some track with some damn moisture in it. But Ricky Thornton Jr. and Davenport surprised me running the cushion as good as he did all weekend.
Yeah, hit man and throwing sliders with Ricky Thornton last night, man, that was awesome.
Well, I think. And Davenport won Friday, but I didn't get to see it, so I can't really talk about it. But because I didn't have no power.
Yeah.
But Davenport, it's like when we talk about old guys, like he's getting up there now.
Yeah.
He's getting up there a little bit in age. I mean, he's not old, but he's older than the young kids.
Right.
One thing that I think hurt Scott Bloomquist as he got older, he didn't really adapt to the driving style.
Yeah.
Billy Moyer did.
Yeah.
Billy Moyer, you going to throw a slider on me? I'll just throw a slider on you.
Yeah.
You want to rough me up? I'll rough you up. Bloomquist kind of was, the track's going to be like this and I'm going to win. If it's not, I'm just here at the end.
Right.
Davenport is adapting
very
well to the new style of racing.
He's changed a lot this year.
Yes.
I mean, this year and last year, he stepped up his game.
Well, he's changed his driving style.
Yeah.
He's still Superman, but
he's not just that smooth, slick type driver he used to be.
He's getting up on the wheel. Yeah. I think he realized that, damn, Bobby Pierce and Ricky Thornton selling a ton of shirts.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to start throwing me some haymakers.
Yep.
But yeah, Davenport slid RTGA 2 times.
Yeah.
And the freaking caution came out at the absolutely worst time for Superman.
Yep.
And absolutely the best time for Davenport. I mean for RTJ.
Yeah.
One thing I like what Davenport said was, he said Ricky Thornton Jr. is not going to mess up more than once, too often.
Yeah.
And he did. And then he messed up the second time, and I was able to get him again. He goes, I knew he wasn't going to mess up the third time. And I like what Ricky Thornton Jr. said. Well, once Davenport went around me in 1 and 2, I was either going to win it on the wall or wreck it on the wall.
Yeah.
And that's a guy that's leading in national points.
Yeah.
I'm either going to win or wreck. And he probably would have won Friday too, but he wrecked. So,
yeah.
But overall, really good weekend. And last night, Saturday night, RTJ just flat gave him an old Iowa-style ass whooping like he used to hand out back in the IMCA modified days.
Yep.
He just went to the cushion and just flat put it on him. But I want to give a big shout out to Hudson O'Neill. Yeah. Hudson started like
23rd.
Yeah, 23rd, ran
sixth.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
So yeah, Hudson. He was making some moves.
What, 3 cautions?
Yeah.
So that wasn't a whole lot.
But I did want to say, track prep at Eagle Raceway, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I know there's a little bit of downtime. I've seen some people bitching about that on Facebook and Twitter.
I was gonna say, because they ran that 360 race first. Started them 3 wide, and the track got kind of slick and everything. I was like, man, this ain't gonna be good for the late model race. But it turned out really good.
Yeah, well,
those guys did a good job.
Well, those guys, they know what they got.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Flash. They've only run in 2 divisions. Yeah. They're averaging almost 200 cars a week this year, so they're used to a lot of laps.
Right.
So they know what the racetrack needs and don't need. So that was that was the way they prepped the track. It's almost chili bowish.
Yeah.
Well, if we need a little bit right here, we'll turn it up.
Yeah. Because they would go out there and turn over one little section of it.
Yeah, that's like the other night. They knocked the cushion down to enter in 3 and left it coming off 4.
Yeah.
Just knocked it down so they would form higher and race a full. So you don't got to run the slider line.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, man, these guys here, they're really good at what they're doing.
Yeah.
But so that was pretty much what we watched. There was a lot of other racing going on, but the crash of the week this week, DO Handyman and Remodeling crash of the week is Jason Jameson at Lawrenceburg Speedway. Yeah, took a nasty crash. It's on Hunt to Front TV.
Yeah, actually, I shared it on my Facebook, on our Trading Sliders Facebook page too.
Yeah, I was going to put it on the
group. I shared it in the group.
Okay, I'm going to put it on the page as well. But yeah, he took a nasty one. It was about as rough as a ride you could take in a late model.
Yep.
And glad he was able to walk away.
Yeah.
I'm sure James Ratliff was thinking, damn, Dalton Wilson tore up a motor, tore up a frame, and Ratliff just totaled a car. Yeah. It was a hell of a weekend for the Campbellsville, Kentucky car owner. Yeah. That's for damn sure. Probably about a $300,000 weekend for him. Yeah. But glad that Jason Jameson is okay and live to race another one, as they say.
Yeah.
Only thing, you want to do racetrack spotlight now or before? We'll do racetrack spotlight when we get into the upcoming events.
We can do that.
Yeah. Sit back and we're listening to this week's Trading Sliders Deep Dive, the Pit Lizard Pimp, Charlie Mefford. It's time for the Trading Sliders Deep Dives presented by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Here we go on Trading Sliders Deep Dives. Flash, we have how do you want to introduce this guy?
I don't know.
I mean, we could go as a comedy king, the t-shirt seller, the Pit Lizard Pimp. You can't park there. The baby boy of the Rockport Rejects. This week's deep dive, Charlie Mefford. What's going on, Charlie?
Who, me? Just hanging around, man. How about y'all?
We're doing good, man. We come down here to Owensboro to get interviewed, and Charlie's like, hey, they're in town. I'm going over there. So you came to us. We didn't really come to you this time. You just kind of find a microphone, don't you?
Yeah, which, I mean, heck, I pretty much live here anymore. I spend a lot of time up here with Falloway and TNR, so it's almost just like killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Well, see, I ran into Charlie last week, and I said, Charlie, we're going to get you on the show. And Charlie's like, all right, cool. And I was like, I didn't really know it was going to be like 2 days later.
Yeah, I was going to say, you didn't know it was going to be 2 or 3 days later.
I didn't really know, but so Charlie Mefford, right now, I would say I was going to introduce him as the one and up-and-comer modified drivers in the country, but he's on hiatus right now. So what's the deal with that, Charlie?
I really like Hoosier racing tires, so I just kind of been cutting on a lot of them here recently. But just racing around here has been real slow. Just that it's kind of our off season. We do go to Volusia at the beginning of the year. We don't really have much time between December and February, so we gotta bust our tail to get there. And then pretty much from Florida to, I'd like to say, the Illini, which I didn't get to make that a couple weeks ago. So that right there is pretty much our off season. So I guess it's about time to start spiraling our racing career back up and leaving the Cypher and the Groover to the side.
Well, I mean, hold on. Tyler said he kind of likes that you're not really racing because he's well, I'm not going to quote him. This is going to be air quotes because before we got on here, but he said he's pretty good at a few things. So he gave you some credit. So that's a start. He said he's pretty good at doing tires. So
yeah, Charles Cuts. We're an international company, and we will take estimates any day of the week.
Any day of the week. I've known you for, I guess 5 or 6 years now.
It's been a while. You knew me back when I had a mullet, so it's been a good little bit.
Yeah, so I've known you for a while. So
church bells are ringing, baby.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we're here in the hood in Owensboro.
We are.
I mean, we are definitely in the hood.
On the west side.
Yeah, definitely. This is. I mean, we're almost close enough. We can throw a baseball to West Side Record Service.
That's it.
I mean, we are. As a kid that was growing up. And then you had your world famous incident at the Dome. You can't park here. And I've seen a lot of backlash. People saying, he was just trying to sell shirts. He was just trying to do this. I'm like, no, that's the same idiot that I've dealt with for the last 5 years, riding a scooter around the racetrack. Let everybody know that is the Charlie Mefford. It wasn't a show.
Yeah, man, I'm just an idiot. I mean, at heart. I mean, you can ask all my buddies sitting in here. I'm just an idiot. That's about it.
Yeah, that's you wasn't doing nothing special for the TV cameras.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just an idiot, like Duke was saying back there. My buddy Justin.
So, how hard was it to deal with the little bit of fame that you got off of that?
I don't know. I didn't try to let it get to my head.
I did.
Not really. No, I just kind of.
Tyler, Cole, they all said it got to your head.
No, I kind of tried to use it as best as I could, with the T-shirts and all that. I mean, that did fund my whole 2023 racing campaign. So just, I tried to ride that out for as long as I could, and now I'm just a has-been that never was.
Well, now that you say you was a has-been that never was, I'm gonna go a different route on this. You got to do some work with Flo on the microphone, calling some races, doing a little bit of interviews here or there. Do you ever think that's something you may do? Because all jokes aside, I know you cut up and stuff, but you're pretty knowledgeable and you're pretty good on the microphone.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy doing that stuff. I've always have and probably always will, but it's hard to kind of fit that in the schedule that I got going on with whatever I really find myself doing at the racetrack that day.
Now, going forwards, you're not going to be totally retired, right? You're still going to do a little bit of racing?
I don't know about racing. I mean, I go out there and ride around every once in a while.
Well, you raced a few times. I seen you race a few. I seen you get up on the wheel a few times.
I mean, I'll do it if I got to every once in a while, but yeah.
You just want to go just fast enough to sell shirts now, right?
Heck, I mean, we try to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Without giving a total number, not money-wise, but how many T-shirts do you think you sold? Did they give you a total count of that?
I think 4,000 right at the Dome.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's pretty damn good there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good night. I mean, even though
just by being a complete jackass. That's about the best way you can explain it.
You turn a negative into a positive.
Yeah. I mean, very very negative to a pretty good positive.
Yeah.
I'll say so.
It's never fun when you got 12 race cars laying on the side.
Well, here's something really funny about that whole ordeal, Flash. While Charlie's out there acting like an idiot.
Yeah, I know what you was doing.
Yeah, I was fixing a clip on a car that did the exact same thing an hour before that didn't get out and act like an idiot. So I had to fix a car while Charlie's like, woo, woo, look at me. So,
Well, I mean, I for sure was not gonna make another lap, so I just kind of had to let my presence be known.
Yeah.
so you just sent it, huh?
Yeah, just about as best as you can explain it.
Yes. Full send. Did they give you shit for tearing up the catch fits?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, we went back. I want to say this year, and they had a little sign, a little cute sign out there for me.
It said you can't park here.
Yeah. I think Dylan, my night owl to do the designs of my rafts, I think he had a little bit of part to do with that. So a little touche to him.
Yeah.
Look, where did the pit lizard pit come from?
Dude,
I mean, where did that come from?
I really couldn't tell you. I know for some reason I heard it, and it's the funniest story. So I told Matt James, I said, we got to make a t-shirt that says that. It's going to sell, and it's going to sell really good. So I told him that. He said, listen, I got to have your mother's permission to sell this. So I literally went home that night, drew out a piece of paper that says, I don't even know what it said, but Matt still has it to this day. And my mother's signature was on it, and I went back the next day to the racetrack, gave it to Matt, and said, we're going to start selling T-shirts.
That's funny.
So,
well, here's the thing. You said you sold 4,000 shirts at the Dome. You've, and you're just being you. But there's a lot of young kids out there. Like my little nephew has a mullet because you had a mullet, and he's like, when I told him one time, I said, when I started doing the podcast, he listens every week, and he's like, when you gonna get Charlie Mefford on? I said, man, he's a bum. He goes, no
shit.
He goes, no, seriously. He's like in 6th grade. He's like, man, I love Charlie. When you gonna get him on? I said, man, you don't want to be like Charlie. You want to, have better goals in life. And he's like, are you serious? But he's gonna be tickled to death that we got you on. But you have had a big influence on a lot of kids. When you go to the racetrack, do kids still come up to you and approach you about that?
Every once in a while, yeah. They always, they'll see me and go, you can't park there, and I just, kind of give them the wave.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, it is cool to, have that, reach on people like that, but, it's not really what I want to be known for.
Yeah.
I don't want to be known for just junking race cars and getting out and acting like a fool. I want to be known for winning races and acting like a fool in victory lane. But I kind of struggle getting there sometimes. So
well, here's the thing. If they remember you, that's all that matters. So it don't matter how you got to get there. I mean, you don't want to tear the race car up every week, obviously, but I mean, still to this day, you'll see somebody who wrecks something and somebody post a meme on Facebook, and one of the first comments are like, "You can't park there."
Yeah,
I'm like, are you serious?
And I was saying that stuff years before that happened, and I'm sure other people will. But it is kind of funny to every once in a while look on there and see that.
Do you ever, when Gateway comes back around and they're playing the thing, the montage, the intro, and they got Kenny Wallace up on top of the car doing the Hulk Hogan, and then they got you. Do you ever just watch the video? I'm like, oh my God, here it goes again.
What an idiot! I say it every time. What an idiot!
Because I see Charlie at the Dome, and everybody's coming to Charlie. Charlie didn't even have a Twitter or nothing. They had to make you one at the. He's like Charlie.
I had one. The funniest part about that Twitter was I made it literally a year before that happened, just to post a thing saying you can't park there about the Dome. I swear to God, because I tagged Ben Shelton and them in it, just so I can get that's the only reason I had a Twitter back in the day, just so big races like Eldora, the Dome, and stuff like that, I would send in the tweets. So you can get popped up on the screen. That's one of these,
So the funny thing is, so I think we're walking, and I'm going to get something to eat because obviously I'm a fat ass, and I'm going to go get something to eat. And that's what I do. And so I'm telling Charlie, we're talking, and I don't know if he even remembers this. I'll remember this. There's this little girl. She's probably 13, 14 at the time because you're 16. And she goes up, Charlie, can I get a picture? And he's got a cowboy hat on.
Yes.
I've never seen this asshole with a cowboy hat in his life. He's got a cowboy hat on, and he puts his arm around her, he takes a picture, and he walks away. He goes, yeah, see, I am a pit lizard pimp.
Yeah,
I was like, man, shut up.
Dude, I'm telling you. Now I go to the racetrack and I talk to two people there. That's Tyler Nicely and Cole Falloway. Everybody else, I just
You just
give them the wave and just go on my day.
Well, see, now you're lying. You talked to me last
you
weekend.
talked to us last
Yeah,
night.
you know what I mean.
But we go back.
Yeah,
we go back. I mean,
Yeah, we used to run these streets back in the day.
yeah. Actually, I ran the streets you lived on back in the day, picking up totaled cars.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, a good reference there.
Well, I mean,
I like how you slicked that in.
I mean, it's just the way it is. You got sometimes you mean you're not the first person to crack jokes and bullshit. I was doing that when you were shitting green, man.
I'm telling you, I'm pretty good at bullshit. That's just like T-Nor said. I'm good at a few things, and that's one of them.
That's one of them's bullshit. Well, what is your goal in racing? You're 18 years old. You're young. You're having fun. You're obviously your goal is not going to be grinding regular tires your entire career. But what is your goal in going forwards? Let's put down the Pit Lizard Pimp, and this is Charlie Mefford when I'm 25. Well, where do you see yourself at?
Man, of course, I'd like to be at the top form of our sport. Of course, running, either the World of Outlaws or Lucas Oil stuff. That's always been my dream, to be the Jonathan Davenport, the Jimmy Owens, the people like that. And I just kind of wanted to be, one of the top dirt late model driver in the nation. But it's just going to take a while to get there. Seems like.
I mean, it seems like you're 18. I mean, it seems like you got
playtime.
Hell, I mean, you started racing mods when you was 13?
I started racing B mods when I was 11. I ran that a year, and then I started A mods when I was 12.
Because how old was you when you was going to Ponderosa on all those Friday night trips?
13 and 14, 15, yeah.
That's what I remember you and Cole coming down and, picking on the Central Kentucky guys.
He was. I was mid-pack, just out there having a blast.
You was out there
driving race cars.
Yeah, you was out there. I just hope I don't hit turn 1, 2, 3, or 9. I just don't want to hit the wall.
Yeah.
I just want to keep it straight.
I clobbered the backstretch wall every time I clobbered it.
What is your favorite style racetrack?
I like, the Volusias. I don't know. I guess just because I'm fast there. Just the big sweeping, momentum
Just stand on it and hope for the best.
Yeah, dude, yeah, and the cleaner the racetrack gets, the better. I like this. Because I guess it's just because I got an elite and it's just what works in the slick, and everybody else's shit just kind of goes out there and slides. And I mean, mine does too, but I think it's just the goose behind the seat.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Tyler and Cole sliding.
Yeah, no,
they're just pulling away from you while you're sliding.
Most of the time they're laughing at me, and I'm just out there. Man, that's my buddies coming around there. Look at them, they're ripping.
I mean, look how good he's running. I did that right rear tire.
Yeah, I'm like, man, next week I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go cut tires.
Yes. Does that come from? Did you race a whole lot at Windy Hollow?
When they ran modifieds, yeah.
Because Windy Hollow is kind of it races like a huge track. I mean, because it's sweeping. I mean, it don't clean up ever. I mean, ever.
No.
I mean, the most cleanup that it's ever had is what they're doing to the track now. I mean, it doesn't clean up as far as racing wise. But is that why you're comfortable on the big tracks, or is it?
I just, Cedar Ridge and stuff like that. I mean, it's just the 3/8, I guess. It's just,
But it's a big 3/8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess just racing go-karts, just being able to momentum like that. And I don't know, it seems like I can always stay in the fuel better than being off of it.
Yeah. Well, that comes with experience. The older you get, you be like Tyler, He can ride around real slow on the bottom and pull away. You just want to put it up in the cushion and go.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I can run right through the middle, I'll be tickled pink.
Yeah, that's you're not a real big cushion banger, are you?
Man, I was there for a few years, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just lost my balls or not, but I just like running the middle of the bottom.
Yeah, you just want to keep your moment. You just want to race go-karts, don't you?
Absolutely.
You want to be the top go-kart racer in the country.
Man,
we're just going to run the middle, hold it wide open.
I'm telling you, like, we went to Tunica and won everything down there, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna go home and for Marketplace going to list a 2024 Elite chassis and we'll see where that goes.
You're just gonna race go-karts, a professional go-kart racer.
That's why we've been. See, I'm like, I have momentum from that, and that's kind of why I ain't been racing, because I'm like, well, like I told you, I can't suck if I don't race.
Well, yeah, you're only as good as your last race, and if you ran good your last race, you're good.
I tore her nose off of it.
You won your last go-kart race.
I did win my last go-kart race. That's about it.
Well, are you going to race? Do you race when Tyler's promoting the track, or do you?
Oh yeah,
So he lets you race? I mean, that's favoritism, man. We got to work on that.
I mean, I can be the fastest go-kart there and still can't win.
Is it because it's teching?
No, I wouldn't say that. I either get wrecked or just do something stupid and take myself out of the race.
Some things never change, do they?
Some things never change.
It don't matter what level you're at. Sometimes shit just happens, huh?
That's about right, yeah.
That's gonna be your next T-shirt, huh? Shit just happens.
Shit just happens.
Yeah. So I mean, you could sell another 10,000. We can go racing next year.
I hope, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, pockets looking a little thin.
Just a little.
Just a tad bit.
So we need to market us some new shirts.
We need another marketing PR guy that drives a race car. I don't know what happened the last one we had.
What happened to you?
Man, I think it was washed. It just washed.
You just washed up, man. It's just tough, huh?
That's telling you, like a well done steak. It's just about tough.
So honestly, how hard is it in the modified world? I mean, we know it's competitive, and we're sitting here bullshitting, joking, but how tough is it because you've got Tyler and Cole that can kind of point you in the right direction, but just when you get out there and you have to do it yourself, how tough is it?
I mean, it's pretty hard. I mean, they do everything but drive the thing for me. So, I mean, every weekend I try to get better, and I just,
sometimes you do.
Takes it one race at a time.
So pretty much what you're saying is, if the car runs good, it's because of them. If it's not, it's because of you.
Absolutely.
Let's see. You're doing pretty good at this PR thing because you make sure you always put it on yourself. You're kind of like Coach Cal used to be. I know you're a big UK basketball fan. Let me ask you.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's why I'm going here.
I got all my buddies do like UK basketball, and I will watch UK basketball with them. But if they're playing Tennessee, it's Rocky Top. Listen, I did get invited to go to the UK game, and I never been to Rupp, and I was like, I'll go, absolutely.
But that's the reason why I'm saying this, because I know you're not a big UK guy.
Boy, howdy, they got some good ice cream there, too.
Yeah, I know you're not a big UK guy. How in the world are you gonna? What's the fascination with Tennessee?
I really don't know. Just Rocky Top.
You'll always be
home sweet home to me.
Good old Rocky Top.
Old Rocky Top. Woo!
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tennessee.
That's bullshit. Get rid
I
of
love
your
the
blue
whole.
card.
I love the whole state of Tennessee.
The whole state.
The whole state. The women, the colors, all of it.
I mean, I can.
The fight song.
Yeah, the whole deal.
The atmosphere.
Yeah, the whole deal.
Yeah.
What was that, Cole?
My best friend lives in Tennessee too.
Your boyfriend?
No.
Your best friend? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear. Yeah, now, Cole's back there. Come here, Cole.
best friend.
Cole, come here real quick.
Come on, Carl. Come here, Carl.
No, Cole, come here real quick.
Come here.
Come here.
Carl. Yeah, he's scared.
Come here, Cole. Oh,
Yeah.
see, you was right about him.
I
should have listened to you. I should have listened to you, man.
You remember how much fun you had when you interviewed him?
Yeah.
You didn't.
Well, no, I did, because you want to know a funny story? I interviewed him for 20 minutes and I never hit record.
Yeah, he told me about that. He said, man, when he interviewed
Dude, you forgot to hit
me.
record.
Oh, we got to start over. No,
Good Lord. No, when he was interviewing Tyler.
He was having a date night. He's like, can we hurry up?
That don't surprise me. That don't surprise me. I'm telling you, listen, he tells me he don't know how I keep up with him. I don't know how he does.
Yeah. That's the way it's not, I mean, his phone.
I think he might be the new Pillars of Film.
He is.
Absolutely not.
So you're trying to hand the crown over.
Love him.
You're trying to hand the crown over to your boy.
It's
and
handed
he don't
over.
even want no part of it.
He's my hero, man. I'll look up Cole Falloway.
I probably would too. I mean, he does win quite a bit.
He's just mean to me sometimes. He's giving me some not no nice gestures right now.
Cole, come here for a second. Cole, come here. No, for real, Cole. No,
Come here.
I'm not going to say anything to embarrass you again. I got a serious question. Well, no, we got to get you on the microphone. Come here.
Listen.
No shit, but they can't hear you. Yeah, no, come here. Come here. Come here. It's simple. I'll edit it out if you don't like it.
He's being a word we cannot use right now.
Yeah, I told you we couldn't use the word and you're being it.
What is it?
It's that time of the month, isn't it? Come here. Now, all right, you go over there with Charlie. That's fine. We're squeezing Cole in on this real quick. Cole, everybody sees Charlie. I'm not gonna embarrass you. Everybody sees Charlie acting a fool, and they think that that's for put off. I want you to be 100%. Tell them this is what you guys deal with all day, every day.
Yes, every day, Leland.
That's my nickname, man.
Yeah. So Cole, tell him what he's doing wrong.
Nothing. We love it.
No, I'm talking about on the race car, not in life. because we need that. Because he says
it's Carl's custom tips right now.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the
We'd
show.
be here all night.
Literally, I'm telling you.
Jesus Christ, what a...
Listen,
that's
your hero. Friend right there.
He will, in no time at all, ask me to cut a tire for him, but he will say stuff like that too.
Yeah.
I mean, Cole, you don't...
Somebody at Charlie from out front of the toter home, he just got thrown under there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, this is stuff I'm used to on a daily basis.
I mean, Cole, listen here. Curtis is just going to clean the car. Charlie's going to do the tires. Don't be giving him that much shit. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Ask him how many times he gets his ass ranked at the go-kart race.
How many times do you get your ass
Oh,
ripped?
well, every time I go off the racetrack.
Really?
Yeah.
So Cole's really a hard ass. He's acting all...
Bad.
Really? Okay, see?
Just ride it. Literally. I will ask him anything at all. Like, hey, what do I need to do? Just ride it. Listen, tires gonna be good. Ride it. 10-4 boss man. I'm gonna go out here and suck.
Yeah.
Wreck shit.
See,
got it.
Well, see what it is. Cole wants you to not perform. Cole wants you to not perform. Yeah, all right?
Listen, and like, Cole will say us to all of us that race. He's like, he says he has more fun watching us go out there and race than he does racing go-karts.
Really?
Yeah.
Look, Cole's the crew chief.
Like, that's like, when I go and watch them two or help them two, like, I have a blast.
Really?
Like, I don't have all the stress sitting on me
Well,
to, like, do good or... But
Well, I got bad news
is somebody
for you.
behind me?
No, I got bad news for you. I think Tyler's calling home and letting everybody know he's going to be a little later. So you might just be going to help Cole. Tyler may be off the market for a race car driver. I think he's going to apologize.
Oh, man.
We need one to eat.
Yeah, we still got to go eat later on.
yeah.
That's where y'all going.
Somewhere with chicken. Listen, this
Oh
Cole
my
Fallon.
God, are you serious?
This Cole Fallon will not eat anything but chicken tenders, pizza, nachos, and cheese sticks. That's it.
Like we were talking earlier, you know why? Because he never got his ass busted when he was a kid.
I sure did.
Yeah, he
He just
still
didn't do nothing
is.
to me.
Yeah, he still is.
Didn't we talk about the
What?
Didn't we talk about what he
That's all we've
Well,
been talking about.
Yeah, have you not been paying attention?
No, he don't pay attention to nothing.
Cole, he looks up to you and you
Yeah.
just shit on him. You don't even. I mean, what the hell? Oh my! See, hey, I'm just gonna let you know, Charlie. You
That's
might want
okay.
to find better friends, man.
Man, they're my buddies. I can't shit can.
I might have to call up them boys. I'm gonna have to call up Macy and get him over. You have to get a better friend, because I mean, at least he'll have your back. Cole just throws you under the bus.
Nah, that's typical for that guy. Nah, I love him. What? JCL's tight.
Yeah, okay.
JCL's
okay.
tight.
All right, well,
When they want to be.
the whole Rockport reject thing. You come up with a name. They said.
I think so. I'm not for sure. Maybe.
Oh, you mean? Hold on. If there's
I think Newcomb's saying he did, but they. I guess so. I don't know. But we are the rejects. But there is no such thing as rejects.
well, here's the
No
thing.
more.
Why? Y'all done? You done?
There's no such thing as rejects.
Man, you don't got to be politically correct. You don't got to be.
That's the name of our group chat. No such thing as rejects.
Well,
We live in a complicated world, man.
no shit. I mean,
Welcome to Owensboro.
yeah, I always thought this was a pretty nice place, but you guys are changing my mind in a hurry. If it wasn't for the Ritzy's cheeseburgers down here, I don't know if I'd even come down here anymore.
You know, I've never been to Ritzy's a day in my life.
Are you
Promise
serious?
you.
Oh my, you never been there? That's where y'all need to go.
I might.
Yeah.
No, because Fallon don't eat cheeseburgers.
I'm
You
still
don't
got
eat
chicken tenders.
cheeseburgers? He's a vegan.
No, he just likes chicken, man.
He just-
He's like Boss Man D'Lo. He says,
He's
just give
just
me more
chicken
chicken.
only. Yeah, chicken
Well,
only.
Just
We
give me
did
more
stop at
chicken.
the chicken store on the way down
Yeah,
here.
we stopped at Dodge's on the way here.
Dodge's all right.
Dodge's? You like Dodge's?
Dodge's chicken. It's from a gas station,
Oh
but it's
my
good.
God, are you serious?
We'll take you to.
Yeah, if you like chicken, Cole, you gotta go to Dodge's.
Yeah.
This kid, he's sheltered. Tyler,
Well,
I feel bad for your group, man. I'm just gonna be honest. You're okay picking up wheel spacers in the middle of the parking lot. You're cool, but your group here, man. I don't know how
That's
the hell
bad.
you.
He has
Yeah.
to babysit us
I don't
wherever
know
we
how
go.
the hell you ever win any races with this group.
Well, I mean, like only way we get to go eat Mexican is like when we ditch Cole for a night.
Like we did last night.
They got chicken and rice, bro.
He don't eat rice.
Hey, order it without rice.
He won't eat it still. I'm telling you.
Yeah, oh my.
That boy ain't right. I promise you.
Hey, Cole, you got a really serious issue. If Charlie Mefford says that boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right. Promise you.
That boy ain't right. If that comes from Charlie, you are screwed, man. No chance in life you're gonna make it.
Dodge chicken, then take across the street to Wild Legs.
Yeah.
Sign or girls. That's like you'll get Cole in all kinds of trouble. Hold on,
I try
Charlie's
to keep him out of trouble most of the time.
Why would you do that? Don't you want him to jump on your back?
Keep Charlie out of trouble.
So
Leland, whatever his name.
Leland. So you go by. Well, see, Leland, Rockport region.
It's a long story, man.
I'm just saying. There's your shirt names, though.
Yes, Race Ranch already has a driver named Leland. So Tyler Erb gave me his ID at the Dome, and fun fact, his name is Leland. Leland Tyler Erb, and I don't know why he gave it to me, but he said, "Here, this thing's expired. Take it." I said,
Okay. Well, I mean,
Okay.
maybe y'all look a little bit alike.
"No, not at all. It's not even close."
You don't think that's what it was?
No.
But when you was talking about you wanted to be like Davenport, and I was kind of thinking he's more of a turbo-ish type, anyways.
Nah, it's just Uncle T, man.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. You know, run good occasionally, suck a lot. I thought
Hell, that's what I do now.
Yeah, you're gonna next race you win, you're gonna do the grenade.
Nah, I'm gonna do my shoulder.
Your
My shoulder, man. From my boy Vaughn.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you all night. We're 30 minutes in, and
It's felt like a lot longer than that.
really, so you didn't have a good time.
I'm having a blast.
Well,
We was
screw
doing
it.
so good.
Screw it. We got all night. How about that?
No, we gotta go eat at some point.
No.
You can ask these boys. I like to eat.
No. Cole, you can get him some chicken tenders. I mean, he can get them.
Yeah, we got DoorDash.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't. I mean, he's kind of bougie, isn't he?
Boy,
Cole?
is he.
Yeah, is he? I'm surprised he didn't DoorDash something here.
He is bougie.
Yeah.
He ratchet.
Yeah. He said, no, you're ratchet. He's
That's his
bougie.
new shirt,
Yeah.
bougie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet little 6'6".
King of Ratchet, Charlie Mefford. Look, we're working on it.
I'm just an idiot, bro.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. We had a good time. I'm gonna ask him this time.
Yeah.
Sponsors.
Did he not get asked for sponsors?
Who, Cole?
Yeah.
No. All right. Look, a lot of people listen to this show.
Well,
No, hold on.
I like to thank my mom and dad.
No,
you know,
hold on.
Charlie and Curtis, Kelly Trucking, Ken Ari helps me out a lot. Mullins Race Engine, my Elite Chassis, Rice Contracting, Perfection Lawn Care. You know, just everybody that helps me out.
Well, hey, look. Here's the thing.
I mean, listen, it's your sponsors, not mine, buddy. I'm just trying to get your recognition out there, buddy.
Well, look.
That's all I'm trying
Look,
to do.
here's the thing. I go to ask him for his sponsors, and he goes. He's clicking on the computer. Shit. Hold on.
See,
gotta get a
I
picture
just got
of
him right here.
See, I'm.
See, it's been
Hold
so
on a
long.
second. Hold on.
Since I've been to Victory Lane, I don't remember.
Hold on. You wear your own racing shirt, don't you?
Absolutely not.
Well, I mean, you got your car on your lock screen, so I figured for sure.
No.
You're walking through Walmart like, yeah, I'm the Pit Lizard Pimp.
No,
this
absolutely
is me.
not. That's if I see somebody wearing their own race shirt,
You are.
immediately that's a cop. That's a cop.
you're like, that's a sus.
Yeah, I'm out.
I just figured you was. I mean, because
Yeah.
I mean, you got your screensaver, you got your car, you got your baby.
Man, it's just a badass screensaver, man. It's got a good looking race car.
That was before you told her the nose off.
Yeah.
It was hauling ass in that picture, wasn't it?
That was literally moments before.
Yeah, that was when you was hauling.
That was moments before the 6'6" drove around me. I waved at him. I was
Yeah.
being a good buddy.
And you waved at him, and you know what? The video, Dirt Vision got him. Tyler was like, go! And he's pumping his fist. I was like, he's cheering for Charlie. And then he drove around you.
But
least-
might have been at the time. And then when the 6'6" drove by me, he was.
He's like, that's my boy. That's my boy.
At least he waved at him instead of waving him into the U-tire.
He
Yeah.
did good. He did do a good job for me all week on the sticks. I've never had a good stick guy my whole career. And TNR, he was up there like he's giving me all top signals. I was just.
Well, it's easier when you're running up front. You can't blame your stick guy when you're running 17. What's he
Yeah.
going to tell you to do? Just pray? He's going
Nope.
to give you the praying hands?
Take her back to the
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah. Over the shoulder.
So you go to the cushion and blow the nose off of it.
No, he did
Actually,
not.
that's probably at the moment I was telling him to get the heck out of our way. We're trying to go.
Yeah.
Hold on. He wasn't pointing you up. He was telling you this. Get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, dude, I suck.
Well, I mean, you don't got to tell us. They're telling us.
Dude, I'm telling you. Like that is why I go and cut tires because I can't suck if I don't race.
Well, find something you don't suck at, and then
Tires!
That's what I'm. I'm trying to give you life advice here, man. I said find something you don't suck at and then do that often.
Tires. Did tires today, believe it or not.
Did you?
What do you say? Big go-kart racing. I could go race go-kart Saturday, but my tire guy Cole Fowler ain't going, so I can't do that.
No, you got to go help Cole and Tyler this weekend, don't you?
I mean, I was going to race with him, but that's not a bad idea.
Nah, if you go help them, it'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
It'll be all right. All right, do you want to thank your sponsors before we get off here, or you want to name Tyler's, Cole's, and everybody else's but yours?
I mean, I can say mine, of course. For sure, great Lord above, let me do what I do. My mom and dad, they put up with me as well as TNR and Fallaway. They helped me out a lot. My good buddy Newcomb, he helps me out every once in a while with great advice.
Hold on a second. I don't want to cut you off mid-sentence here.
You're good.
Newcomb, he's the one that takes care of business if there's business to be done at the track.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's got some
Justin does not mess around.
He's got some guns on him. That's why I was just wondering. I mean, he looks like he's the one.
We all was going to the gym and we all quit.
I want to say, you haven't been to the gym in a minute.
We went for a couple weeks and then quit. So, yeah, of course, Mefford Construction, Oakley, Elite Chassis, Kelly Trucking, Ted Brown's Quality Paint, Valvoline, All-Star Performance, Jervis Motorsport Shocks, Quality Towing, Race Ranch, of course. Charlie Machine,
Charlie Mefford Consulting,
Rights Contracting,
yeah,
Charles Consulting on the tires.
Yeah,
of course.
I'll keep you going, man. Go ahead. Elite Chassis.
Yeah, Art Technology Group, 9 Out Designs, VP Race Fuels.
All right, then.
Wow.
See, he figured it out. Do something that you don't suck at and do it over. See, you read your sponsors off. We can read.
Well,
we can establish that. You can read.
I used to have my own podcast there, and I had like 8 episodes, and then I could do that at the end of all of it. No.
Screw them cats, bro. I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just slow.
So you had your own podcast. Editing sucks, don't it?
I didn't edit. It was just live. I didn't fool around with that.
As I dropped the F-bomb, I can't do that.
Well,
so
you got the whole gig. You're professional. I'm not professional at nothing, man.
Hey, I got good news for you. We'll be just as shocked when your episode comes out as you are.
Yeah.
Every time I do this, I'm like, I hope I got that shit right this week.
Oh, yeah. That's all that matters.
Ask Cole. I didn't get it right. Cole went through. He was all professional. And then I just said, Cole, I'm sorry, man. I didn't record 20 minutes of that. Let's start over.
All right, well.
We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for coming down here. I hate to run good company off, so we'll see you next time.
All right. Deuce apple juice.
Listen, man, I thought about that the other day, and I said, I got to use that at some point.
What, Deuce apple juice, or you hate to run good company off?
Hate to run good company off. So we'll see you later.
Do
you get it?
No, I
get it.
No, I get it.
I thought we was bullshit.
No, I'm not the one chasing bunnies in the damn parking lot.
I wanted pina cocktail. All right.
Okay. See, I can give you shit all day. We can do this all night. I mean,
that's the problem.
The damn Mexican restaurant was shut down. Tyler won't be able to eat. Tyler's old lady's pissed. She's been calling, like, when are you coming home? He's like, I gotta take Cole.
It might be
Hey, you're honored. I've done this on my anniversary.
It is his anniversary.
Holy cow. Happy anniversary.
Hey, happy anniversary.
We're going to go back and put that on the first year show, too.
Yeah, I'll put that on the episode.
You gotta open it with the wedding bells.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, now we appreciate that because I thought this whole time you just didn't want to go home, but it was your anniversary. So
yeah, you just make sure you name my podcast my happy anniversary.
I got
Happy
you.
anniversary.
I got
Mama
you.
Fee.
We'll do that.
100%. Pit Lizard Pimp, you can't park there. What do you want on yours? It don't matter. I will come up with something.
Yeah, just come up with something.
I appreciate you coming on.
That idiot from Kentucky.
That loves. Hold on. I got it.
Charles Cuts.
I got it. That idiot from Kentucky that loves Tennessee, that sings Rocky Top, the Pit Lizard Pimp, that can't park there, that can't do nothing, that cuts tires. Charlie Mefford.
That's it.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you. All right, Flash. That was the Pit Lizard Pimp charging Charlie Mefford. That was I don't know if that was probably one of our funnest interviews.
Yeah.
Don't really know how much of an interview it was. It's just me and Charlie giving each other shit for 45 minutes. But but no, Charlie's a good kid. Known him for a long time.
Seen a good interview on from the race from I think it was Farmer City, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, it was Farmer City.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, but Charlie, he's I don't know how to say eccentric.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
Did I use that word right?
Yeah, he's a little different.
Yeah, I didn't want to say backwards because I told him he was a little backwards, but
Yeah.
I mean he was in the hood down there.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, Charlie, is it really hood? You're chasing bunny rabbits in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I don't know how much hood that actually is.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good time down there. And we had all the Rockport rejects in the house.
Right, yeah.
Fall away nicely and Charlie and it was a good time.
Yeah.
The best thing about Charlie is he's a young kid and what he's good at, he's really good at.
Yeah.
And what he said is what he's terrible at, or what he's bad at, he's terrible at.
Yeah.
So his words, not mine. But yeah, kids sold more T-shirts than we've ever thought about selling.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But yeah, Charging Charlie Mefford. Hope you guys enjoy that interview.
Yeah.
So this week's upcoming events, we're going to start off with the racetrack spotlight. Each and every week, we're going to talk to you about a track we've been to, or a track we're going to, or a place that you need to check out.
Yeah.
Give you some ins, outs, the pros, the cons. I've had a bunch of people reach out about this, and they really enjoy this segment.
Yeah.
And we really didn't even mean it for it to be a segment. We was just telling everybody, hey, go check out Hobstock, go check out Bloomington,
Yeah.
Go check out Fairbury.
Yeah.
So that's but. This week's racetrack spotlight is the Rush County Fairgrounds in Rushville, Indiana. It's a 6th mile.
Yeah.
You heard me right.
Six.
A 6th mile county fairgrounds racetrack. What's significant about this place? It's where Tony Stewart got his first ever race and his first ever victory.
Yep.
At the Rush County Fairgrounds. This week, Saturday and Sunday, they have the Rushville Rumble, the Hart Non-Wing Outlaw Micro Series that travel all over the Midwest, through Indiana and Illinois. I think they'll probably get anywhere between 40 and 50 non-wing outlaw micros.
Yeah.
They have a big 2-day event there at the Rush County Fair. The cool thing about this is it's a little bitty fair racetrack. The bleachers are really close to the racetrack, but it's in the middle of town.
Yeah.
It's actually in the neighborhood. Like, you look off to the right, there's the baseball field. You look off to the left, there's the high school.
Yeah.
I mean, you're directly right there in the middle of town. And one of the cool things about this is they have, what's that called? Terraced parking?
Yeah.
Where you
Yeah.
back up to the
Where
fence.
you back your truck up.
Yeah, so outside of turns 1 and 2, you back up to the fence. The kids are playing football. It's just one of these places that's really, really neat. Is it super fancy? No.
No, not really.
No, not really. Is it racy? Yes, it is racy. Especially for only having 3 or 4 events a year.
Yeah. They don't have a whole lot of events over there.
Yeah, they have a real big TQ midget race during the fair, the 4th of July week, and they got a really cool county fair when they do it.
Oh, yeah.
They race every night of the week during the fair. I actually seen a figure 8 race there years ago.
Oh, yeah.
A Thundercar figure 8 race.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so this week's racetrack spotlight, it's in Rushville, Indiana. Like I said, the Rush County Fairgrounds. You guys need to go check it out if you can. This is a holiday weekend coming up.
Yeah.
So there's races all over the country. I know a lot of people got Monday off, so this is one of those places where if you want to check it out on a Sunday, if you're coming back through, or you went to the Indy 500 and you're looking for a double, you can stop at Rushville on the way home if you're from the Louisville area. But holiday weekend, there's so many events. We're not going to cover them all on the upcoming events. We're going to tell you what we're getting into. And, it is the month of May in Indy, so we're going to cover some stuff in Indy with it being the Indy 500 weekend. Thursday night, the USAC National Sprint Cars are at Circle City Raceway. And Flash, I think they got 2 support divisions. The USAC Speed 2 Midgets, which they had like almost 30 at Eldora this past week.
Yeah.
And Ford Crown Vic. So Thursday night will be a great show. Hot laps start at 7. Racing starts at 8.
Yeah.
So if you can't make it to Circle City Raceway, it will be live on Flow, but you need to check it out. Friday night, the Josh Burton Memorial $10,000 to win at the Bloomington Speedway.
Yeah.
And guys, we talked about this a few weeks ago about Bloomington Speedway needing your support. This race pays $10,000 to win. And the new promoters at Bloomington Speedway said, we are not raising our price none. $15 general admission for a $10,000 to win. 410 non-wing sprint car race the night that USAC is off.
Yeah.
So this is probably going to have close to 60 cars.
Oh, yeah. There'll be.
Because everybody liked Josh Burton and the Burton family anyways. So they're going to be there to honor him. But Bloomington Speedway Friday night, $10,000 to win. Let's pack the hill. We need to see Bloomington Speedway thrive. The last show there was great. And then Saturday, Flash and I will be making a trip down to Bulls Gap, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Volunteer Speedway. It's been a long time since Flash has been to Bulls Gap.
Yeah.
Last time last time you was there when I made the guy wreck in the
Yeah, when
parking
you made
lot?
the guy hit the guy in the parking lot.
Yeah, see, that kind of happened. All right. Yeah, so
That's the last trip Chuck went with us on.
yeah, Chuck has it. Yeah, Chuck, we know you're listening. I mean, you're still allowed to come.
Yeah.
You can come to the races.
You
with
don't know
us.
what state you're going to end up in, but
Yeah, I mean, I may keep you out for 4 days when you're only supposed to be gone 1, but
Yeah.
that's just people that go to the racetrack with me. They kind of figure that out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so the Cumberland Plateau Open Modified Series, $2,000 to win, $200 to start at Bulls Gap Speedway, big monster, fast high bank. Another place, Flash. I hope they align the cars up on top of the hill.
Yeah.
So you don't got to be down the infield all night with the race cars racing above your head.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is you can just look up and watch them go around.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
that's a neat
bank-
place.
Yeah, it's a big
I've actually
place.
got to race on that track before, and that place is fun.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
It's big and it's fast.
I thought Salem was awesome. That place is really cool when you're racing on it.
Saturday night, Mars has got a triple header this weekend in Illinois, but I'm always going to throw out when Fairbury has a big event. So
Yeah.
Saturday night, if you're in the if we didn't have to go to Bulls Gap this weekend,
Right.
Like our race schedule will probably been Thursday at Circle City, Friday at Bloomington,
Yep.
Saturday at Fairbury because it's only 2 hours from
Right.
Bloomington.
Yeah.
And then Sunday at Kokomo.
Yeah.
But Saturday, the Mars Racing Series Latemodles and Mods are at Fairbury Saturday night. And this is another good one, Flash. Locally in our area for people that don't get to see non-wing sprint cars a whole lot.
Right.
Florence, Kentucky has the Buckeye Outlaw Super Sprints. They just had 47 cars the other night.
Yeah.
It was the perfect storm scenario.
Yeah.
I.e., storms came in, so a couple other tracks got canceled.
Right.
But I say there would be 25 to 30 non-wing sprint cars at Florence.
Yeah.
So that should be a good show. And Sunday, the BC Double going on at Kokomo after the 500. So you got the Indy 500 Sunday morning, and then Sunday evening you got the 410 non-wing sprint cars at Kokomo Speedway. This is the Brian Clausen Double, the Indiana Double that he did. He ran the Indy 500. It actually did, both times he ran it. He ran the Indy 500 and high trucked it over to Kokomo and raced that year. So this has become a synonymous event for this weekend. And then Sunday in our area, Lake Cumberland Speedway is running for the guys that is traveling to the Cumberland Plateau race and volunteering. Stop by Lake Cumberland.
Yeah.
They got Crate Late Model Special and Mod Special. I think Crate Late Models is $2,500 and the Mod Special is like $1,500 this week. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
there's plenty to do.
Oh yeah, you could hit racing every night this week.
Yeah,
every on the weekend anyway.
Well,
From Thursday on.
Yeah, Thursday through Monday you can go to the races if you want to.
Yeah.
The Sprint Invaders right now. I mean, it's a holiday weekend and it's the biggest holiday weekend for racing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of places are just opening up and they celebrate. So get out, support your local racetrack.
Yeah.
Or support a racetrack. Support multiple racetracks.
Yeah, it don't have to be local.
No, I don't have to. Well, all right, here we go. I'm not even going to say it. Support racetracks.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have to leave a local out for a while.
Because we're not going to be local.
Yeah, we're not going to be local for a long time. So, but support your local racetracks. Get out, enjoy the weekend. Thanks to our sponsors. I'm going to try to plug them at the end of the show as well. Because I know a lot of people really like the upcoming events and Racetrack Spotlight?
Yeah, Spotlight.
So a lot of people really like that. So thank you again to Diesel Boys LLC, Kentucky Clutch and Performance, Walt SB Decals, and D.O. Handyman and Remodeling. And you got anything else, Flash?
No, I don't think so. Just everybody have a great weekend this weekend. And, like I said, support a racetrack around here somewhere.
Yeah, 1, 2, or 3, 4, however many racetracks you want to support this weekend. Get out, enjoy the races. Until next time, we'll be trading sliders.